After many months of avoidance, I have finally faced my fear and just put out a new Substack. And I have all these doubts of like, this isn't what I hoped it would be. I hoped I would have this like amazing, kick ass, like sexy essay about semester at sea and like all the things I learned on that trip. And I realized that the more that I spend time trying to ideate what I think is like the perfect set of circumstances that it can deliver creativity, the more essentially like sit in my avoidance, and then that kind of metastasizes to like anxiety, depression, sadness, angst, and then all of these things then become just overthinking and ruminating and not actually writing. And like one of my goals is to have like a very free flowing creative practice where I can write, every morning I can sit down and just like, write my thoughts down and have that be enough and not have to always be in this kind of perfectionist mindset about it. And I think one of the things that helps me with that and that helps me with my novel writing project, with the stories that I write, is Substack, like writing essays, reflecting on my life, even in a kind of informal blog like way, like not always, perfectly crafting this like brilliant, sexy essay that's like really punchy and shareable, which I wish that I was capable of. Like, don't get me wrong, like I wish that I could every single time I press send be like, damn, I ate that. But I just don't feel that way. Like, I don't always feel that way. Sometimes I write things and I'm like, do I even feel that way? Like, do I even feel that way still? And so, what I'm trying to focus my attention on is actually doing the work, sharing the work, and letting sharing the work not be scary. And I feel like with video creation, I feel like I don't feel any type of way about it. I'm just like, it is what it is. Either you love me or you don't, and that's fine. And I feel very free flowing, like I can post on TikTok and YouTube, and I don't feel literally any type of way about it, which I know a lot of people really struggle with. But with writing, I do feel a type of way about it. I feel the type of way that I hear people talk about video creation, where there's like this fear of being seen, this fear of being judged, this fear of being analyzed, this fear of being all of the things. And I think that oftentimes when we feel that, it's because we really care about the thing that we're doing in a beautiful way. Not to say that I don't care about video creation. I do. I think video creation is beautiful and wonderful. I love short form. I love all the different mediums that video. Also, can you hear all the people like screaming outside? I'm in Spain right now, in Barcelona, and the streets below, it's only 1 p.m. on a Saturday, and yet people are screaming. Anyways, so I guess what I'm saying with this is I'm just like publicly and like public accountability documenting that I published a new Substack, and I didn't feel enough confidence to email it out. I think I only want to email things out when I feel like full body fuck yes, like just feel so excited about it. But I did feel enough to post it on my page, to post it in a thread, and to like share it in notes. And people have already sent me some kind messages about it, which is really nice. People being like, we've missed you, we're excited you're back, like things like that, which is cool because gosh, it's been like 7 months since I posted anything on actual posts on Substack. Like every once in a while on the voyage, every once in a while I would just check in and be like, hey, I'm still alive, I'm still here, I'm just like on this around the world journey, but I don't really have internet connection. But I did write on the boat, and that is true that I didn't really have internet connection, but I could have written essays if I wanted to, but I was more so just immersed in the experience. I was working as the dean's memo writer in the executive dean's office, and that in of itself was actually a lot of newsletter work, ironically. Like I was writing this fun sassy column called Rumor Ranger, and I also compiled the daily dean's memo that went out to the whole shipboard community. So in a way, it's like as I was avoiding my Substack, my personal writing, I was still doing writing for work every single day, which I don't know how I feel about that. Like I wish that I could have done both in tandem, and that I didn't. I don't know. I wish that it's so funny. Like every time I look back on like a period of life, I'm like, I wish I had done it better. I wish I had written more. I wish I had exercised more. I wish I had eaten better food or been more present. And it's like, I noticed that this is a pattern. Like, it's like I have these amazing experiences, and no matter what happens, I always feel that I could have done it better, that I could have been more present, been more alive, made better art, made art more consistently. And so what I'm trying to do is to stop all the self-criticism, just to fucking write the thing, send it out, let people know it exists, do it again and again and again, and make that the habit, the following through. Make the habit not constantly overthinking, constantly self-doubting myself, constantly making excuses to myself and the world for why I'm not doing the things I want to be doing, but instead to habitually do the creative act of making essays, making poems, making songs, writing books, like however this wants to exist through me. Yeah, and just doing that consistently and sharing with the world and letting people do with it what they will. Maybe some people will find it really valuable. Maybe people, it'll really touch them. maybe some people won't, and that's okay. Like maybe some people will find it badly written, or people will think that it's silly or superfluous, and that really has nothing to do with me. Like my goal is to be a writer, and it's not really my business what people think about that or what people think about my work or what people think about me. Like my goal is to be a writer, not a not a professional people pleaser. Like I hope that people like my work, and if people do, and I know people have through much of my life, like given me tons of validation. I've been incredibly lucky, so much support, so much love through, TikTok, YouTube, all my comments on Substack and Medium, even through grad school, through undergrad. I mean, we just published a book last month through UNC Press, me and my MFA cohort. Like I've had lots of luck and grateful success like through writing, and people showing me that they do care about what I have to say. But there will always still be this fear that there's like this like it's almost like the fear of in like the Frankenstein movie when they like it's this fear that like in the Frankenstein movie that once the mob forms, they're gonna be like, he expressed himself badly. We don't like him. Let's get him. It's like so silly. It's like this fear of being canceled, this fear of being discarded, this fear of being disliked. And all of those things stem back to childhood, feeling like excluded from my community, dealing with embracing my queerness, dealing with all sorts of things that have been like lifelong journeys, embracing like proudly that I am queer, which I think is awesome. Embracing proudly that I'm a writer, that I love expressing myself through words, that I'm sometimes sentimental, that I'm sometimes, whatever emotion it might be, and just like loving and accepting myself as I am. And I think that's a lifelong journey for all of us. But there's always this fear whenever you share even something a little bit that you think people might like come for you or hate you. And even if it's something really loving and kind, there's like this fear of being seen or exposed or torn apart. And so I think that the only way to deal with that is to share more often. It's often the counterintuitive thing. It's like that classic like Ryan Holiday book, like The Obstacle is the Way. Like this thing that you fear is often the thing that is the catalyst for your becoming. Like I will only get more comfortable with sharing my work if I share it more frequently. I will only one day feel about how I do with video creation, which is I feel extremely confident because I've published like over 5,000 TikToks, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing I could say that would like, I've experienced the highs, the negative lows. Like I've experienced everything a person can on TikTok. I've experienced extreme virality with like 12 million views on a video, and I've experienced hundreds and hundreds of flops where like nothing happens. And so I've seen again and again with time that it's like that all any art form of expression is commitment and repetition and consistency. And I think that I have never given myself that consistency with writing. I've had periods of extreme fruitful work, like during grad school, during undergrad, times when I've written novel manuscripts in a mere matter of months. But something always happens and I get disconnected from it. And I think what I'm craving is like what I talk about in this piece, like a love affair, like a full on, just like no longer half in, half out, like committing to this, being like, I'm all in, let's do it, let's see where this goes. And so, yeah, so I just wanted to capture that emotion and share it with you. So I love you and I hope you have a great day.